Friday Workshop! What is Friday Workshop?
Friday Workshop is making things better things, where we're doing the workshop.
And what are we doing this week?
This week we're doing a comparison. Ryobi versus Milwaukee.
Alright, so without further ado,
Here we go!
Okay, so why did we choose Ryobi and Milwaukee?
Well, they're at different ends of the spectrum. There is the expensive Milwaukee, good quality, versus Ryobi.
So they're both made by the same manufacturer, right? So they're priced accordingly. So these are the cheaper tools made by the same manufacturer. This is the more expensive tools made by the same manufacturer. So there are many reasons why you would want to pick one over another. Why would you just pick one?
Well, there's one reason, and one reason that we choose a lot. It's the battery kind. We use Makita, but that's just because we decided to stick with that brand, because you have to switch and swap, and there's a lot of different things. If you stick with one, they all use the same charging port.
Yeah, so we do fine woodworking, and Makita has a great selection for fine woodworking, so we use Makita for our battery platform. But for corded tools and other tools like sunglasses and knives and other things, we kind of branch out. We don't stick with one brand. We kind of use what the best tool is for the need, or what the cheapest tool is for the need. When would we choose a cheap tool over an expensive tool?
Well, it's when we're not using it a lot, or we're just using it for a small bit, or you don't need an expensive one for that kind of purpose.
Yeah, exactly. So there are some reasons it just doesn't make sense to do an expensive tool. If you're just doing it maybe once or twice, it's something you don't use that often, it's just an obscure tool or something like that, or an expensive tool, and the power or whatever isn't necessarily needed. So Ryobi has both brushed and
Brushless.
yes, brushless tools are really cool. And they also have a ton of
Selection.
yeah, they've got a ton of things. They've got even soldering devices and fans and lunch boxes and coffee makers and just weird things out there.
They're all over the place.
Ryobi has a huge selection. Lawnmowers and so if you get into the Ryobi platform, not a bad platform if you want a selection of tools, right? What are the features of Milwaukee?
Well, one of the features is it has more speed, a longer run times with stuff, and it's really good for professionals or extreme DIYers.
Yeah, so the longer run times on the batteries are really, really helpful if you're doing a lot of things. If you're just doing DIY stuff around the house, or you're just doing woodworking like we do, where we don't use it every day, all day on construction materials, and we need to pop batteries in and out, we don't really need like the Milwaukee cost, right? And the cost is just expensive. So there are very few tools that we have in Milwaukee. And you can see that we just have the glasses here because we don't use a lot of Milwaukee tools. If we're gonna buy something nice, we're gonna buy Makita, right?
Because we already use all of that.
Yeah, and it's also cheaper for the quality, right? Milwaukee's kind of overpriced for us.
It's the rich.
Yeah, there are some things that like these safety glasses, you just can't get better safety glasses out there than Milwaukee safety glasses, so we bought them just because they're amazing. But with other things, we tend to go Ryobi. It's just cheaper, easier to use, and the selection is kind of what we want. We'll do what's best. We'll grab Craftsman, we'll grab whatever. So,
let's head on out to the outro. Friday Workshop!
All right, and that's our comparison of Ryobi versus Milwaukee.
I think it turned out pretty well. We talked about what we thought about the two and why we sometimes prefer one or the other.
Yeah. So, if you like videos like these,
like and subscribe.
click on that bell notification.
Because we post every single Friday.
Yes, and you don't want to miss a single video. So, until next time,
See ya!
see ya.